met a person one time who was doing a study on comparative religions, and she wanted to do the study from a different perspective. She wanted to do it from the perspective of what was alike in all religions, what was similar, not what was different. And she came up with this one image, their understanding of the heart. And all religions have this sense that the heart is the center of the human being, and it's the place where God dwells. Now when you look at that, and then you take that and examine it against some of the most recent studies of this strange organ inside of us called the heart, and we begin to see something very fascinating. It's this: the latest discoveries of the heart is that 60 to 65% of the cells of the heart are actually brain cells. Yes, the heart is actually a brain. We have 4 brains in our head. We have a reptilian brain, a mammalian brain, a neocortex, we have frontal lobes, but now in the evolution of human beings we have this strange, wonderful thing. It's in the center of our chest that thinks, feels, understands, remembers. I read a book on heart transplants by Paul Pearsall called The Heart's Code, and in it he described the most fascinating thing. And what he was describing is that when one receives a healthy heart from someone and it replaces their damaged heart, they often, not always, but many have an experience that is amazing. The experience is they begin to take on characteristics of the person whose heart is now pumping in their chest. Their taste in music, perhaps, their taste in food, their sensitivity to certain things. It changes because somehow when the heart is taken out of a very evolved heart, it seems to have this capacity to override the mind, and then you begin to feel this strange, mysterious thing that I think excites me tremendously. That maybe the heart is something that can calm and somehow control some of the violence and some of the craziness of our mind. The heart has 3 basic functions, simple functions. It wants to connect, it wants to nurture, it wants to transform. Reflect on that, think about that. What is this thing in the center of my chest where we believe that divinity dwells, that has the capacity to reflect and think? And then what would it be like to live out of that more than we live out of our minds?